All right, this came in the mail today, and I wanted to show the package before we look at what was inside, because it's got some really cool stamps. I like stamps. So this is from Ukraine. Didn't take long to get here either. I was kind of surprised. Bought this off of eBay, and these are the actual stamps for postage. Okay, the UK posts, and down here though was a really fun. I'll show a better picture of this though. It's a Ukrainian soldier giving a one-finger salute to the Russian warship there. So anyway, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so what was in the package? These little tubes. That's pretty cool. I mean, you know, Soviet era and old stuff from that era. You could get lots of really cool things because there's lots of. They made a lot of surplus, and so there's lots of Nixie tubes and stuff like that. These look like they might be little triodes or something like that. Okay, and you would be wrong. These are crystals, quartz crystals in glass packages. Now, I've seen quartz crystals in glass packages before, but the glass package was like yay big around. It looked like a big fat stubby tube. 100 kilohertz crystal mounted inside a big thing. It was from an HP frequency counter back in the old days. Well, this is also a 100 kilohertz crystal, and yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think it was like $3.50 for two of these things. So I bought those, but this one was an extra. Okay, I've got the other one hooked up to a tester here, but this one was an extra, and yeah, we'll take a look at that because it looks very special inside. So yeah, let's go to the microscope and take a look at these things.
All right, here is the crystal. It is marked 100K-B. It is a PK68E. I don't know how to read those. So we can see that it's a piece of quartz. It starts here and here. It's metallized on both sides. And then there's an electrical connection right at the geometric middle and on the other side. So yeah, so it's just two connections, one on this side, one on this side. Now it seems like it has lots of wires on it, but some don't even come out. Like this one doesn't do anything. This one's already been snipped off. And the two connections are doubled up. So this pin comes up and this pin comes up, and they're shorted together. So of all of these wires, there's only just two connections. So yeah, just two connections. Yeah, pretty cool. Now the other device, which I don't quite understand, is this one. This one is, again, a piece of quartz metallized on four sides this time, and it's square. So metallized and square, and it's got four connections. 1, 2, 3, 4. So very strange. It's marked 50K RU. I don't know how to read acrylic. Anyway, yeah, very, very interesting. 0, 5, 8, backwards 3. I don't know. Yeah, very, very interesting little parts. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one, comment below if you know what these things are. It's very cool.
Okay, so I'm going to hook this up to my spectrum analyzer with tracking generator, and we will see if this is actually 100 kilohertz or not. And I won't bother you with the measurement, but here's the screen capture, and yes, indeed, 100 kilohertz as expected. So that's pretty cool. We'll see if we can't maybe put this in a circuit and make it operate. The other crystal that had me so confused did have markings on it that said 50K. And I went, okay, 50K, well, maybe it's a 50 kilohertz crystal also, but it's wired really, really strange. On closer inspection internally, it actually, again, is only a 2-pin device. There are shorts between other leads inside. And so this is a 50 kilohertz crystal. It's just, I've never seen one that hooked up to all 4 sides of a thing. And we'll take a look at it here on the spectrum analyzer. It does look like it is 50 kilohertz, but if you go really, really far in to take a look at it in frequency, you'll notice there's actually 2 spikes. And so you actually can see the 2 resonant modes of the crystal, right, in X and Y. And they're just slightly out of a frequency with one another. But yeah, it resonates in both X and Y. I don't know how it works, but yeah, there you go. But I say we try to hook these things up and make them work. So this is the circuit I'm going to use to run these crystals. I've been playing with them for values and stuff. This is pretty standard for low frequency crystal stuff that I've seen. I've showed this before. Some of the values changed a little bit. But the crystal will go across the inverting here, so this will whack up and down. It's going to get buffered by this one, but there'll be some feedback from this one as well to help this guy out. He needs a little bit of biasing on top of him, so there's a 1 meg resistor, and sometimes you'll see like a 20 picofarad here, but that's for high frequency stuff. These things are super low frequency. 20 picofarads just wasn't working here, but a 47 picofarad seems to work just fine, so that's what I'm using right now. So there we go. We have a oscillation there at 100 kilohertz. And this is my circuit down here. So we have everything on a breadboard here. And let me pull this crystal out and pop in our 50 kilohertz filter. And focus. There we go. 50 kilohertz. So we have 50.029 and 100.07. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, there you go. Some strange crystals from Ukraine. And yeah, pretty cool. I like it.